Deputy Chisholm dedicated his life to serving his community, which is apparent by the activities that he kept.
Tonight at 5, team coverage of the fatal shooting of a Western Illinois sheriff's deputy. What we now know about the incident that took a deputy's life, as well as the suspect.
Plus, change of plans. Davenport has changed its mind about how it will handle stray animals, at least for now.
It's no special recipe. It's just do it the same way every single time.
And yet it's a recipe that's good enough to be called the best in Illinois, where you can go to spend just a little money for the best burger in Illinois.
Live from WQAD, this is News 8 at 5.
I'm Jeff Standard, Fulton County Sheriff. And I stand before you today saddened and at a loss of adequate words to express the grief we are feeling over the loss of one of our own.
A Fulton County deputy killed in the line of duty. What we're learning about his last call tonight. Good evening, I'm Denise Hanitka.
And I'm Jim Mertens. Thanks for joining us tonight at 5. And we now know the name of the man police say shot and killed Fulton County Sheriff's Deputy Troy Chisholm. Police say 42-year-old Nathan Woodring of Avon, Illinois, shot Deputy Chisholm, but no charges have been filed yet. News 8's Elizabeth Wattish joins us with the start of our team coverage to explain this isn't the suspect's first run-in with the law.
Jim, police say Woodring shot Deputy Troy Chisholm shortly after he arrived at the house. The deputy was there to investigate a disturbance call. It happened at this home in rural Avon, Illinois yesterday afternoon. 24 hours later, officers still on scene, processing evidence and trying to piece together exactly what happened. The Illinois State Police have taken over the investigation. Right now, they aren't saying what led up to the shooting. The loss of a fellow law enforcement officer weighs heavily on the community tonight.
I would like to extend our deepest condolences to the family and friends of Deputy Chisholm. Deputy Chisholm dedicated his life to serving his community, which is apparent by the activities that he kept. His legacy and sacrifice will forever be remembered.
Now, the suspect, Nathan Woodring, does have a history with the law. I talked with the Fulton County State's attorney today. He told me last year, Woodring was charged for resisting an obstruction of a peace officer and fleeing and attempting to elude police. He was sentenced to 4 days behind bars with 2 years probation. Denise.
Thank you, Elizabeth. Continuing team coverage, the body of the fallen deputy was taken from the Peoria County Coroner's Office back to the community he served in today. A procession stretching roughly 54 miles ended in Lewistown, Illinois, a short time ago. That's where News 8's Ryan Jenkins joins us live outside the funeral home where the deputy rests tonight.
Yeah, this was the last stop for the body of Deputy Chisholm today. A procession led his body, led by police from all over the state of Illinois, from the Peoria County Coroner's Office to this funeral home. And this is where family and friends are gathering and honoring and remembering the life of Deputy Chisholm. Right now, they're there remembering him privately. But a short time ago, the community lined these streets to let that family know they're not mourning alone.
Heartwarming in such a tragic situation.
Red, white, and blue lined the streets of Lewistown today.
I've never met the gentleman.
Entire families taking time out of their Wednesday to welcome home the body of fallen Deputy Troy Chisholm.
It shakes you up and it hurts. It's sad. You wish you could do something to change it.
This small town, home to the Fulton County Sheriff's Department and a neighboring town to Canton, Illinois, where Deputy Chisholm lived.
He was a go-getter.
The Fulton County Sheriff remembering his deputy as he now prepares to say goodbye.
He'd walk by my office and I'd say, "Hey Troy, can you handle this?" It was done. Never had to ask twice. So that's the kind of deputy he was.
He says the way Lewistown and the surrounding communities showed their support is heartwarming amid tragedy.
It's a senseless, violent act against police. And it just goes to show the majority of people have our back. They're going to take care of us, and we're going to get back on our feet. We're going to take care of them.
The goal now:
small towns, we all support each other. It's Fulton County strong, and we're here to show our respect and our support. And whether you knew the person or not, small towns come together like this.
Supporting one another and staying strong. Now, a spokesperson with the Illinois State Police tell me that they are planning on releasing more information about the life and legacy of Deputy Chisholm, but in the meantime, they say that they're focused on providing support for the family. Live in Lewiston, Ryan Jenkins, WQAD News 8.
Thank you, Ryan. Officers from other departments are also sharing their condolences tonight. The Scott County Sheriff's Office posting on Facebook saying thoughts and prayers go out to Chisholm's family, community, and the Fulton County Sheriff's Department. We're also hearing from Moline Police posting their condolences, saying you should keep agencies working on the case in your thoughts as well.
A state audit finds a former employee of Henry County, Iowa took money by using a fake intern. Jody Suter was fired last year from her job as the county's environmental specialist. The audit finding she was improperly paid nearly $160,000 in wages. The audit also says she took nearly $30,000 in reimbursements for the fake intern and $8,000 for travel and conferences she apparently never attended. Suter is suing the county, claiming wrongful termination and unpaid wages, but so far no charge has been filed against her. The family of a Davenport veteran who died after brain surgery at the Veterans Administration's hospital in Iowa City is now suing the VA for illegally hiring a surgeon with a history of malpractice allegations. Army veteran Richard Hopkins died in August of 2017 after developing a post-surgery infection. According to the Des Moines Register newspaper, Hopkins' 3 daughters have filed a federal lawsuit blaming his death on medical negligence. The family claims they didn't know Dr. John Henry Schneider had his medical license revoked in Wyoming over allegations of poor patient care. And despite a law saying doctors with revoked licenses cannot work for the VA, Schneider was still hired. He has since resigned from his job and is serving a 2-year prison sentence over unrelated charges. Well, it looks like we're in for some thunderstorms perhaps this evening.
Meteorologist Andrew Stutzky is in for James tonight in the Weather Center.
And we certainly have the heat and the energy to bubble up a couple of those storms. So far, though, radar has been fairly quiet late this afternoon as temperatures have soared well into the upper 80s, even a couple of low 90s. I want to show you what the story is on the satellite, though, for this afternoon, because it shows quite well which areas I'll be focusing my attention on in the next few hours for some storm development. You see some of those puffier clouds on the east side of the Mississippi River. So areas like Geneseo, Kewanee, Sterling up towards Savannah, that's where we have the best chance for an isolated storm coming up here in the next few hours. More robust storm activity now taking place south of us. So I think the Quad Cities and areas west will remain dry for this evening and overnight, and we are certainly warm. 88 degrees right now in Davenport, around 90 in the Moline side of the river, and we're going to stay in the upper 80s for much of the evening. In fact, 80 degrees still at 11 o'clock, so you'll want that air conditioning. But eventually there will be a more robust chance for showers and storms, and some of those will be on the strong side. I'll time out when those will be arriving coming up in your accurate forecast.
There's a group of volunteers ready to help with flood cleanup. Southern Baptist Disaster Relief is offering help to home and business owners. For more information, go to WQ80.com, type flood cleanup into the search box.
The Humane Society of Scott County has agreed to temporarily extend its contract with Davenport, continuing its services to collect and take care of stray animals. The extension comes as negotiations have failed with city leaders for an extension of a new contract. The Humane Society provides animal control services for Davenport, but earlier this month, shelter representatives asked the city for a 300% increase in the price for their services. The Humane Society now has agreed to extend its contract with the city, at least temporarily. In the event that that contract was not extended, Davenport had looked into King's Harvest as a possible alternative. A bank in Clinton is now promoting economic growth with a brand new program.
The program encourages employees of Clinton National Bank to shop or eat at locally owned restaurants and stores. All they have to do is spend at least $10 and then turn in their receipt. At the end of every month, a name will be drawn. The winner gets $25 in Chamber of Commerce cash that can then be spent at local businesses all over again. So the idea here is centered around keeping Clinton growing.
Other merchants in the community have communicated with me that online is really hurting them. And nothing against online, I get it, that it's very convenient, but you know what? We have a lot of merchants here locally have those same products.
There's no limit on the number of receipts that can be turned in every month. More than 100 receipts have already been turned in just the first 2 weeks.
The best burger in Illinois, located in the Quad City area. News 8's Madison Connor takes us inside the award-winning restaurant with a closer look at the best burger in the state.
You might think the best burger would be found in Chicago or even Champaign, but according to the Illinois Beef Association, the best burger can be found right here in Kewanee at Cerno's.
This goes right on the grill.
Cerno's Bar and Grill, crowned as the #1 burger in Illinois.
And our burgers usually take anywhere from 12 to 15 minutes, depending on how somebody wants it cooked.
Sizzled to perfection, each burger is completely homemade.
It's no special recipe. It's just do it the same way every single time.
Stephen Welgat is the man behind the apron.
Once it's on, the grill does most of the magic.
And he's helped grow Cerno's into more than just a bar.
I've known the owners for quite a long time. I've been involved with this bar since they took over in 2001.
Owner Brian Crabtree found out from his wife.
Like, oh, did you hear about this? You got nominated for, I'm like, what? Crazy. And she's like, no, the Illinois Beef Association nominated you guys as the #1 burger in Illinois. I'm like, how does this happen?
Now the bar itself holds its own title, one of the longest in the state, but now they've won their own.
We used to be all about the bar. It used to be, that's why it was always Cerno's Bar and Grill. And now, in my opinion, it's Cerno's Grill and Bar.
From the bar into the kitchen, the crew appreciates the recognition.
When we did end up winning, everybody said, oh, that's great. This is the best burger. We love it here. We love your food. We love coming in here. So it definitely gives you a sense of satisfaction.
All of the hard work makes it easy to stand behind a job well done.
We keep it pretty simple, and obviously it's working for us.
A little cheese.
Up in the window it goes.
And the burger is ready to go. Clearly well worth the wait.
The award is something everyone here takes pride in, and they look forward to serving more here in the future. In Kewanee, Madison Connor, WQAD News 8.
Did she like it? I don't know. It looked like she liked it. The next burger Cerno's is looking to master is what's called a plant-based burger, so good luck to them. Time now for your national headlines, and Robert Mueller will testify before Congress. House Democrats subpoenaed the former special counsel. The House Intelligence and Judiciary Committees will question Mueller on his investigation into President Donald Trump and Russian interference in the 2016 election.
New at 5 tonight, prosecutors filed new charges against a mother and daughter accused of killing a pregnant woman and stealing her baby in Chicago. Clarissa Figueroa and her daughter Desiree pleaded not guilty to 27 counts today, including first-degree murder. Clarissa's boyfriend is accused of helping cover up the crime. Police say that Marlon Ochoa Lopez was lured to her home and strangled, then her baby cut out of her body. The baby later died, but so far no formal charges have been filed related to the baby's death.
Still ahead at 5, the Navy lands at Silvis.
The Quad Cities continues to mark Navy Week with a ceremony in a neighborhood that changed forever during World War II. We'll take you there next.
And the heat and humidity back in full force across the Quad Cities today. So far, radars are quiet, but I'm tracking a couple of disturbances that could bubble up yet a thunderstorm this evening. Better chances, though, coming up. Tell you when those will be arriving and just how long this heat and humidity is going to stick around. Accurate forecast is next.